About a week ago.
It's what the title says, so that's what I'm talking about. This isn't going to be a sad video. At least I don't think it's going to be a sad video. I've been in therapy for a month. Or what's today? 22nd. Yeah, about a month, like a month and a few days actually. Been dealing with a lot for a long time, to be completely honest. Especially over the past couple of years, I've been doing a lot of like learning more about myself on a daily basis. I pieced a lot of things together, and there was three main points that sort of make this triangle of problems, or at least these are like the focal points when it comes to my trauma, my sadness, even my sometimes month-long depressive states come from. It's from my personality type, it is from my high sensitivity, and it is from my attachment style. And all of that's a bit hard to deal with because my personality type is of the rarest. High sensitivity only occurs in 1 in 5 people, and even when it comes to unhealthy attachment styles, about 60% of people have secure ones, and I'm not part of that 60%. So I've been piecing together a lot, really just how that's all just played out throughout my life. And it has the most significant effect when I'm around people in general. I don't consider myself to really have a whole bunch of friends at once. If you've ever heard me say I have 2.5 friends at a time, I was half joking, because I really do. A lot of the times I kind of see me hanging out with people as those people sort of clocking my hours with them until I'm not around them anymore and I go home. That's how I've been going through my whole life, and I didn't really realize that. And it's not, a lot of it wasn't on purpose. A lot of reasons I don't have a lot of close relationships is literally just how circumstances have played out throughout my life. I used to be around a lot of people. I used to know a lot of people. A lot of people used to know me. But, trying to develop deeper and closer connections with people has always been challenging, because anytime I make that step, they aren't there anymore for whatever reason. Like family moved, or switching schools, or people just trying to live their own lives, and you can't really place blame on the person for that. It always left me as a party of one. In general, I already spend just about all of my time by myself anyway. It's which makes it paradoxically frustrating, because I'm like a super introvert, yet I need deep connection and intimacy, and it's hard to do in general. And it on top of everything else, it makes it frustrating. I can meet somebody, and I mean, this isn't just in regard to relationships, this is just in general in my relations to strangers. A lot of things are a lot to take in for me. Everything is a lot of stimulus. I could see a person, and whether I want to or not, I am picking up on body language, tonality, all of that stuff that coincides, and you haven't even said anything yet, or not really. A lot more to process when I do get a little closer, inch by inch. And I hope I'm making sense, because I know it's another reason I don't really talk about this with anybody, because 1, I just pieced everything together, and 2, trying to explain this to somebody, it takes hours. Trying, not actually explaining successfully to the point where somebody understands, just trying takes hours, and it's frustrating. So I do a lot of keeping to myself because trying to explain this to other people, or having somebody even willing to sit down for an extended period of time, it doesn't happen. And it's not gonna happen, especially if I'm not close to you. Like, if you're a stranger and you want to know something, like, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you anything. Like, most people, a lot of people that I'm around, you only know a little bit. Like, you really only know a little bit, which is weird because it sounds like I kind of give a good enough depiction of myself, or at least I kind of think I do. No, and that has left me feeling lonely since childhood, amongst like other things. Sort of this weird middle class broken home origin story that I have. It's not bad in the stereotypical sense, but it was the way I internalized every event after that. That's mostly why I'm the person that I am. It's just been a whole lot to deal with regularly, every day, all the time. And I didn't really realize that. I realized most of it like a year ago, but then I just came across like my attachment style like a month ago, which is something I overlooked like 3 years ago. And I didn't realize how big a part that actually plays in who a person is. So everything's come full circle, and all in all, to be completely honest, me dealing with it by myself was a losing battle. Like, no question, it was a losing battle. It's not something I was winning, it was something I was trying to solve quietly, but as I discovered more about me, that's when it got dark. It got dark for a little bit. Well, not even a little bit. There was times where I was not depressed, and then there's times where I was. I wouldn't say I'm like clinically or 100% depressed. I've not felt that way, but I do feel this perpetual sort of lingering sadness that I've always sort of just tucked away, but it's always been with me, and it's affected everything. And I mean, it probably will, but to learn how to mitigate it is what I'm trying to do. I mean, therapy has been helping. It's only been a month though, so I mean, it's only done so much so far, but that's why I started. And as a way to practice being open is why I decided to make this little video about it. Like, it's not a lot of black people talking about mental health on YouTube that are males, so that's a plus. Been going through a lot. I actually have a session in an hour. I recommend it. I don't go to an actual like office or therapist because that's too expensive. Or let me rephrase that. I don't go to an actual office to get therapy. I use the app BetterHelp. That's how I got like my favorite person right now. Shouts out to my therapist. She knows who she is if she ever comes across this video. I'm sure we'll talk about it later today. I highly recommend it. It definitely is cheaper than going to an office and going through the whole insurance process, and more tailored to you, because you get to pick your therapist after you go through like this kind of long survey. But it's literally going through like the reasons you are looking for a counseling, looking for a therapist. So it's super helpful. You can pretty much, as many sessions as they could fit in a week is how many you get for this monthly price. If you do schedule like extra sessions though, it costs like $25 more, which is still cheaper than paying. So many people hit me up. Still cheaper than paying for, you know, $180 per hour rather than a couple hundred per month. and that's what I'm doing, and it's working out for me. Even though I technically still can't afford it, but like I said, losing battle. Was tired of losing it. Had more than enough moments that that made me realize, like, I should probably try therapy. And I actually realized that around the time I was 18. But I didn't have a job, and you know, trying to go through the whole trying to figure out being 18, because you get told you're an adult, but you still can't do adult things. Like, it didn't make any sense. It was a very, very frustrating year. Hated it, to be honest. I hated being 18. It was like the worst year of my life. Like, top 5 worst years of my life was 18. But I think that's kind of it. I just wanted to make this video. By me looking away from the camera, I've been thinking about what else to say this entire time, because it's a lot to go through, and you'll probably eventually hear about it. I mean, especially if you know me in person, and you want to cut some time out every day, you want to go and talk somewhere, I could do my best to explain. But other than that, there might be more videos about it. I will hint at things in the future here and there, but I'm gonna go home now. Stay safe, wash your hands, because everybody out here sounding sick, and that's no bueno. I already got enough to deal with up here. I don't need to add a cough with it. So yeah, I'm gonna go home.